Now excited to be joined by a very special guest. It is Arkansas tight end and all bang the drum team member, Luke Hasz. Luke, let's start right there. Arkansas fans know this. The rest of the world needs to know this because I've heard people kind of going back and forth. Even the great Chris Fowler during that LSU game last year. Pronounce your last name for us.
Has basically just take away the Z.
Okay,
It's kind of
that's
I get it, but I mean it's just like usually just take away the Z. I guess that's the best way to put it.
that's what I've been telling myself. And I feel like if you had been able to play a full season, there would have been total clarity on that because your name would have been announced a million more times, scoring touchdowns, making big plays. But obviously, the way that things played out last year, you get off to that incredible start, and then you suffer a season-ending clavicle injury, which sounds like absolute hell. How big of a gut punch is that to go from getting off to that start, feeling like I can play at this level, to then having your entire season wiped out?
I mean it was really what I mean I kind of took it a different way, but I mean it obviously was not good not being able to be out there with my teammates and just playing and having fun with them. But no, I mean I kind of took it a different way. I feel like it allowed me to mature more and just allowed me to learn more from Coach Turner, and then also like further develop my relationship with the Lord and with my girlfriend and my parents and just my teammates. So I feel like a lot of people may like seem like it's a big deal. I mean, stuff like that happens. So I mean, I was just thankful for a different perspective that allowed me to just grow and mature for this year. So I feel like it'll be even better.
The positive is that you get that perspective. You also still got reps, which are important. Reps by any way that you can get them early in your career means a lot. You played 232 snaps. That's a ton for a true freshman tight end in the SEC. And the fact that you only played essentially 4+ games, that just speaks to how valuable you were early on. Was it just a massive confidence boost for you knowing that, hey, not only am I getting out there but like I'm making plays too, but just the confidence in seeing that you can play at a high level in the SEC. How much did that do just for your mindset day to day?
I mean, I'd say it helped with SC, but also just my teammates, just the tight end room trusting me to go out there and make plays. And then just our quarterback last year, KJ, him trusting me like on third downs and critical situations just for me to go make plays. I feel like that was my biggest confidence, just having that trust with my teammates around me, knowing that when I'm out there, I'm going to do my best and do everything I can to help the team win.
You had moments where I don't often say this, but I'm like, how is he getting open? Just how are defenses forgetting about him? Did you feel that at all? Because I'm sure by the time you were done in high school, and I do want to talk to you about that because you had a pretty atypical high school career. But did you have moments last year where you felt like, oh my god, the defense just forgot about me, and I'm running in more open space than I've had in a long time?
Yes, I mean, I think that goes just with the scheme that we had. I mean, this scheme this year is going to be even better, but last year it was just a really good scheme for the tight ends. And um, I think just being able to practice against these guys, our defense every day, just definitely helped me prepare for the games that I got to play in, which I was thankful for. And um, I feel like just those moments when I knew I was going to be open, I had to make those plays, and just for my teammates to count on me.
Do you like playing inline, or do you think you get more mismatches lined up in the slot?
Really, I like playing both. This year, I mean, I'm kind of like going inline more. I feel like my run blocking's gotten better, but I mean, just with being split out, it is nice being able to go against linebackers and safeties. But no, I really think either or works. I like both of them.
I loved what Bobby Petrino did at A&M last year, and their use of the tight end, the two tight end sets that they were able to run. What's this new offense been like, and how do you see yourself being used in it compared to Dan Enos's offense last year?
And it's been exciting. He's definitely a lot giving us freedom as a tight end room to go play all over the field, and just he's allowing us to play in the position where we're going to be at our best. And his offense just has a bunch of diversity and just discipline, and just basically allowing us to pick and choose where we want to go. And he creates mismatches for us all the time. And then just with the run blocking stuff, it's making a lot of sense. And it's great having a nice offensive line and a quarterback like Talon. He's communicating really well and making practice go good so far.
Tell me about that. Like I always think it's interesting the freedom that you have at the top of a route to be like, hey, I see the zone coverage. They're playing me this way. This is how I've got to be able to break off the route and do stuff like that. What is that like in this scheme, and how comfortable do you feel with that freedom?
I mean, it's exciting, especially when you know it's on a third down or like a first down. You know that just pre-snap you can see what the defense is doing, and then during the route you can tell just by the way the defense is moving if you're going to have a big play. I mean, you're always going to have a big play with these option routes that he's allowing us to run. So I mean, it's definitely exciting, and then really just at the top having the freedom to pick and choose where we want to go, but also having that connection in practice, just building it with the quarterback and getting ready for the game, knowing that we're gonna break a certain way when the defense is in a certain coverage.
What's Coach Petrino like at this stage of his career, between the lines at least? Is he players coach? Is he more disciplinary? Like if you run the wrong route in practice, are you getting an earful from him? Like what's his overall demeanor like right now?
I'd say he's a little bit of both. He's like it's a perfect mixture. I mean, just for me, example in the tight end room. I mean, we know we're gonna go out there and do our best just to make sure that he doesn't have to get on to us, but also just being okay with making mistakes because it's practice and early on. But no, I mean, he's been really good just with um, like coaching us at a level that just makes us want to be better each and every day. So we know that when we're getting our depth with our routes, that we're making sure we're getting those right depths and breaking in the right way on our option routes and just everything like that.
What was your first impression of meeting him? Because obviously, you probably hear a bunch of things. You didn't grow up in the state of Arkansas, but obviously the history of him and his program, and then meeting him, did it kind of like confirm what you had maybe heard about him? Was he different? What was just your overall impression of him like?
I'd say it was awesome, just from where I came from high school. Just to piggyback, like we had a really like disciplined football team in high school, but like our first team meeting that we had with him, his first words were, uh, "Have your rear in your chair and your backs against your chair." So I feel like that just really brought a lot of attention to just his details and discipline that just is going to carry over to the season and help us win football games. And then just how much he really wanted to come back here. I mean, I didn't really know much about Arkansas football back in the day, but I knew that they were very successful. And then him just really wanting to come back here, what he said in our team meetings was just really special.
There's no way he said rear, but that's okay. We can edit that one. That's fine. Uh, we've had Coach Pittman on the show several times. I always love to think about what a recruitment visit would be like with him when he shows up, in your high school or at your house or something like that. What was that experience like for you?
With Coach Pittman,
Yeah.
it was awesome. I mean, I feel like just throughout the whole recruiting process, Coach Pittman was super genuine and really the same as he is now here. Like, I don't really think anything changes. So I think that's really special because you don't really get that with many other universities. So, I mean, just with he's just himself. So, I mean, he's constantly smiling, but also like on the football field, like you can tell that he really wants us to be the best we can be and to reach our full potential. So, I mean, he's over there. You see him with the offensive line all the time, but he's also he's with the tight ends every once in a while too, just helping us with our run blocking stuff. And just overall, you can tell he genuinely cares about you.
I watched your interview on the Riding Around show, and you said that during COVID, you gained 25 pounds your sophomore year of high school because you didn't have those AAU basketball tournaments to be able to play in. And your brother Dylan, who's was with you on the team, or was with you on the team now, and was on the football team, at Bixby at the time. He's like, "Hey, just come play football. You should at this point. You've got the frame to be able to do it." I know you were insane that first year you played. It's pretty incredible to think that you averaged like 22 yards a catch or something like that. But do you have any tough moments that stood out from early on of like, oh man, like I don't even know how to put on pads. Like, did you not understand like a route concept? Was there like a humbling welcome to football type moment you had that sophomore year?
I'd say during COVID, I wasn't on the team yet, but we all went and got together and threw at this like old football field, and they started saying the names of just simple routes that I mean I know now obviously, but back then I had no idea what was going on. But no, I feel like it all just kind of went naturally too. I mean, I got to play a little bit when I was like in kindergarten through second grade, but it wasn't
That doesn't
nothing
count.
near.
That
No,
doesn't count.
but no, I mean it all really translated well too. I'd say with basketball, I'd say for anyone who's wanting to play football, I think basketball is great to play with it too, just because I feel like it helps so much with the football stuff.
Yeah, you're going like the Antonio Gates route essentially. Is it's kind of similar. Like there just seems to be that crossover that's very much there. It's crazy that you had so many offers after playing just one season of high school football, but you were that good. How wild was that process when you start seeing all these offers come in? You're like, crap, man! Like I just picked up this sport like a few months ago.
I'd say it was definitely wild at first, but I mean, it just kind of goes to show, I mean, how God works and how my brother, me having a twin brother, and just with COVID happening, allowing us to just spend time with each other, and then him just really pouring to me what he thinks I should do, and then it was just a huge blessing for me to receive all those offers to go places. But I'm definitely glad I came here.
You probably had some matchups in high school where you see a linebacker in man coverage, and you're just thinking to yourself like, man, I am about to feast off of this. Like if I were you, I would have just been looking at the opposing coach if he lines up a linebacker in man coverage, and I would just be like, really? Like, you think this is going to work? Did you ever just have those moments where you just knew beforehand, I'm about to have a big play? This is 60 yards and a score or something like that. By the end of your career, you're just like, this is just an unstoppable matchup for me.
I would say so. That was mostly just because, I mean, our offense in high school, I mean, even here too, but just our offense in high school and just all the players we had on our team, we were all really close together, and we're just really tough. So, I mean, whenever like we did a bunch of off-season work and just being able to work with the quarterback and just our offense was really unique in high school. So, I mean, it created like those mismatchups. So, I mean, it was just really good during high school to be able to experience that.
What was the unique part about it? Like pre-snap motion? Were you guys doing a little bit more, splitting tight ends out wide? Like what kind of set it apart?
I mean, he has a whole playbook on Twitter or something. But just no, we had so many different motions. We'd pull like four guys. I really started playing wide receiver when in high school, so I mean, we got to do that. I got to do that most of my whole high school career, and then no, I mean it was just really good. We really got to do everything we wanted at the high school.
You committed to Oklahoma before your junior season. I'm sure many people that grow up in that state think, all right, that's kind of the dream to be able to do that. Then Lincoln Riley leaves for USC. You decommit a week later. What was that decision, that whole process like for you when that stuff went down?
Well, I mean, it was definitely disappointing that Lincoln left, but really looking back on it, I feel like I definitely probably made that decision too early. And just to see Arkansas still recruit me while I was committed there and just continue to show love while my brother was getting recruited here. I mean, that was a big deal, especially them actually genuinely wanting to recruit my brother. That was a really big deal for me to choose coming here. But no, I'm really glad that. I mean, I'm thankful that Oklahoma gave me the chance, but I'm super excited that I came here.
Is it, there's a lot of talk about the high school recruiting calendar, all that stuff. Like based on your experience, and you go from being this guy that's all of a sudden just got a ton of offers on the table, and you're everywhere. Like, is there an ideal time to commit? I know everybody's different, but is it after your junior season that you should probably have that kind of figured out? Like, when's that sweet spot?
I mean, I'd say it really just depends on your situation. I think for me, I definitely could have waited a little bit longer, but I mean, looking back on it, just the genuine love that Arkansas showed and just how close it is to home and just really the people that I've met here. I mean, it's been a no-brainer why I came here, and so I feel like for me, I mean, I definitely could have committed to Arkansas. I mean, it's just really as soon as I got the offer, but it really just depends on the person.
You stuck with Arkansas even though the scheme has changed. This is the third offensive scheme in as many years. How much do you feel like scheme matters for what you do best on a football field?
I mean, I'd say it really does matter a lot, but I mean, just with the relationship that I've had with Coach Pittman and just really trusting him and who he's going to bring in. I mean, he brought in Coach Petrino, and that's huge. But I just really I have trust in Coach Pittman with every decision that he's going to make. So I feel like that is just a really big deal of why I just love it here, and just the people and the teammates and having my brother here. It's a really big deal.
Yeah, talk about that because it's, it's one thing to go to school and go out of state or something like that and feel like, all right, I get along well with my teammates and stuff like that. But having your brother kind of at every stage to be there with you to share this experience, like how much more are you able to just enjoy being in college knowing that, you got somebody that's going to be at your side the entire time?
I mean, it's definitely a huge blessing, and just being able to have him as a roommate, and just like when my parents come up, it's easy for them just to be able to come see both of us at the same time, and really just being able to compete with him through high school and now. I mean, it's definitely awesome, and I mean, we have so many things in common, so many things different. It's just really nice being able to be with him.
One day you're probably going to have to answer to an NFL scout, like, hey, are you guys like a package deal? Like, do you guys want to go to the same place and do all that stuff? Like, do you find yourself being like, yeah, we're a little bit of a package deal. Like, we kind of go around, we do like similar things. We hang out in the same social circles and all that stuff.
I would say, I mean, definitely coming out of high school, it was a big deal that my brother had a scholarship here, and um, that was definitely a big deal of why I wanted to come here. I mean, there's more reasons than that, but that was a really big deal. But I mean, we have our different uh, views on life and like what we like to do. But I mean, I always count him as a package deal. I mean, he's awesome. He's done so much for me, and I've got to do so much for him. So it's been really good.
What's your game like in basketball? Like, what's your, like when you get going and you're at your best, what exactly, like, are you, stretching the floor with threes? Are you posting up, driving to the basket? Like, what exactly does your game look like with hoops?
Well, now probably not the same, but back when I used to play, I like to shoot a lot, and then I like to. That's my spin move was my favorite move, but that was back in the day. I don't think I could do that now.
So, like, be honest, like last time you really like were able to get after it and really, like actually play a, game of pickup or something like that. Did you feel like, hey, I could have probably done this at the college level?
Um, I mean, I think basketball is really challenging, and I mean, you got to stick with it. And I really quit playing after my sophomore year when I started playing football. Um, but no, I mean, I feel like there was definitely a chance, but I think I had a different uh, sport, like a different passion for me to go with. But no, basketball takes a lot of hard work. So I mean, taking a year off, 2 years especially, I mean, it'd be challenging to keep playing after that.
Was it hard to quit that? Because that was your first love, was it not? I mean, being able to like step away from basketball and be like, hey, I kind of got to go all in with this football thing.
I mean, it definitely was hard. I mean, I remember my sophomore year when I started playing football. I was still going to basketball practices, uh, like before school, and still shooting and that stuff. But no, I mean, really, once like I just love like the team atmosphere and truly like having to play like all 11 have to do the right thing. I mean, I feel like that was a big thing, and then just like the physical part and violence of football. I mean, I feel like that's a big deal, and I mean, I just have so much fun playing this game.
What's your favorite thing to do on a football field? Is it truck a dude in the open field, highlight real grab, make someone miss in space? Like, what's when you close your eyes and think about that ideal football play? What is it?
Um, I'd definitely say probably on a big third down on a away game, making like a completion, just like a completion for a first down. I feel like that's a big deal.
So basically, the LSU game is what you're saying. Like that entire game, it felt like
And
you
that
were
game
doing
was
that.
fun, but
Yeah. Yeah, the which I always think it's interesting. We fall in love with comps with tight ends. Like, what NFL tight end do you look at and see most similarities with right now? I mean, it doesn't have to be, or it can be, even if it's a college tight end or something like that. But a
Mhm.
guy that you look at and you're like, yeah, my game I feel like is pretty similar to them.
Recently this off season, I've been watching a lot of DJ Williams film just because he was here in Coach Petrino's offense. So he's been really fun to watch, and I like watching Brock Bowers. He's definitely really good to watch. Trying to think who else I've been watching. We watch a lot of Kill for run blocking. Uh, so I mean, I feel like those three guys. I mean, there's so many good ones out there, but I feel like those are three people just to watch and take little parts from each of them, and then just be unique.
Kittle always talks about like the run blocking thing. I mean, his high school commitment to Iowa, and he's like, there's pictures out there where he's just the scrawniest dude ever, and run blocking was just something that he fell in love with, and he was like, I have a passion for this. Is it that easy to all of a sudden be like, I really like doing this, and I'm going to devote this much time and energy to it, or is he just a lot more technical than he gets credit for?
I mean, I think it definitely goes both ways. But I'd say with run blocking too, I mean, you just have to really love it, especially if you're a little bit undersized. But no, you just really, like for me this past year, I mean, just trusting in Coach Turner's footwork and everything that he's taught me the past almost 2 years that I've been here, year and a half. It's definitely made run blocking a lot more enjoyable and just allowing me to go out there and be successful.
Tell me about your new quarterback, Taylor Green. I know you spoke highly of his leadership skills and what he's done so far. For SEC fans who maybe didn't watch him at Boise State, or Arkansas fans who don't really have a whole lot of familiarity with him just yet, what should people know about him?
Just that he's really electric and he'll make plays. He makes plays with his feet. He can throw the ball extremely well. But I mean, like I said before, I mean, he's a really good leader, and just like his ability to be liked by everyone and just to communicate very well, not only on the football field, but like in the locker room, it's definitely a big deal for the team and the offense in general. But I mean, he's going to make some really big plays with his feet and with his arm.
You guys in those 45-minute, hour-long throwing sessions in like after practice and stuff right now, is that pretty big for you?
Yes, and I'd say as soon as when we got here, like his first day here, we had all the guys up, and we really worked hard this offseason just like during the day. Well, we were just really lifting, getting up here and building chemistry and just working a lot, like learning the passing game. So, I mean, it's been cool to see him step up and get us all out there and working hard.
I want to get you out of here with some rapid fire. Just 5 questions. First thing that comes to mind. Does that work for you?
Let's go for it.
All right. What is your go-to artist or band right now?
I like Zach Williams right now, probably.
Zach Williams. I don't know Zach Williams. What kind of
It's
music?
like a Christian artist.
Okay.
He's really good. Or probably Zach Bryan, because I'm going to concert and I got to learn some of his stuff before I go.
Zach Bryan's a good binge listen to. You can go through an hour of his set and even just the acoustic stuff, and you'd be like, yeah, okay, I get it. Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, you're a twin. Have you ever tried to trick someone by saying that you were your brother?
No, I think the only person – I mean, people get confused with us sometimes. I mean, we look nothing alike. But, I mean, my grandma gets confused sometimes, I guess.
Because you guys have very different hair, too. That's a big part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
My hair is not brushed right now. I just got done practice.
Okay, last show that you binge watched was what?
The Night Agent on Netflix.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Are you okay with the NFL banning hip drop tackles, or do you think that's unrealistic?
I think it's unrealistic just because, I mean, at practice we have stuff like that happens all the time. So, I mean, you can't really expect the defense to really focus on that when they're going out there playing full speed.
It's interesting how many offensive guys have said exactly that. Like, well, if the guy gets beat, how are they going to prevent that? That's just the nature of the beast.
Yes.
Okay. Last one for you. Say something nice about Oklahoma now that they're in the SEC. It's tough.
Let's see. I mean, I got a lot of buddies up there. I mean, I guess that's a plus. I don't really know. I don't really got much to say.
That's fine. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Mark Andrews, good tight end, went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was a really good tight end. I'm trying to think who else. They've had some really good tight ends that came from there, but no. I mean, Arkansas had some good ones too.
That's right. That's a good answer. Nothing wrong with that. Luke, this has been great, man. Really appreciate the time. Best of luck with everything this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.